The EVA-8 Auto is a shotgun found in the Outlands. It fires 9 projectiles in an 8 formation, with each pellet dealing 7 damage. A headshot with the EVA-8 will hit for 10.5 damage per pellet, with leg shots dealing only 5.6 damage. This means that a full body shot with the EVA-8 will deal 63 damage, a point blank headshot against a helmetless opponent will deal 94.5 damage, and a full shotgun blast to your opponent's legs will deal 50.4 damage. The EVA-8 has a base fire rate of 128, which can be increased by the shotgun bolt attachment. This gives the EVA-8 Auto a DPS of 126, which is the second worst in the shotgun category behind only the Peacekeeper. The EVA-8 can hold 8 shells per magazine, and to reload from empty will take approximately 3 seconds, with a tactical reload taking only 2.75. This is average for the shotguns, with its tactical reload being slower than all of the other ones, but its empty reload being the second fastest. The EVA-8 Auto is fairly strong in the right conditions. While its DPS is fairly low, the shotgun bolt attachment can augment this, and make the gun a bit of a DPS hose in short range for a few seconds. Its magazine size is much better than that of the Mozambique, but at 8, with no ways to improve it, you will need to be cognizant of how quickly you can run through ammo. Hip firing and aiming down sights with the EVA-8 seems to have no effect on the pellet spreader accuracy, and despite the crosshairs having visible bloom, I want to make the point that there is no bloom associated with firing this weapon. While there is recoil between shots, the center pellet seems to always go towards the middle of your screen regardless of how wide the crosshairs have gotten. Due to the spread pattern of the pellets, outside of 15 meters you're really going to be struggling to land more than half your pellets per shot on your target. This really limits the effective range, however I think that the weapon is very dominant within that effective range. Its time to kill against unarmored or even white armored opponents is fairly fast, making it a strong weapon on landing. Hip firing with the EVA-8 is also very strong, meaning you should embrace movement while using this gun, such as sliding or jumping, both to make you a harder target to hit, but also because you have little to no disadvantage of yourself. I would say this weapon reigns supreme in teamfights in enclosed areas, or in general on team comps that can close the distance with relative safety. When I say this, the things that I have in mind are things like Bangalor's smoke launcher or Gibraltar's shield. Riskier mobility options, such as either Pathfinder's or Wraith's abilities, can also be used, but this is a bit risky due to the important defensive nature of those abilities as well. All in all, I would say this weapon is strong and only gets stronger as the game continues, as the smaller circles facilitate closer range engagements for most areas of the map. Due to its limited range, however, I would recommend having a secondary weapon that can fight from mid to far range, such as the Spitfire, the R301, or a rifle, such as the Longbow or the G7 Scout. Thank you for watching episode 2 of my Apex Legends Weapon Guide series. Next week I'll be covering the Peacekeeper and the Mastiff after that, but I want your guys' opinion on what class of weapon to do next. Also, if you have any constructive criticism, be sure to leave it in the comments below. Thank you, and I'll see you in the Outlands.